Hi, welcome. We're on our last question from the study club 1, question 10. Now this is a doozy, so we're definitely going to want graph paper if we have it. If you don't, you might want to do the question on top of here. So let's take a look. It says, if each square represents 1 acre of land, what is the area of the park? So here's my botanical garden. And I think we've noticed from perimeter, I can't just count this up. So the area of a triangle is base times altitude, and I'm not really sure if this is perpendicular either, so I can't just necessarily do base times altitude divided by 2. So if you get an odd-shaped image, we have a couple strategies. I would suggest, kind of like when we find perimeter, to make a box all the way around the image. So if you make a box all the way around the image, think of it as a piece of construction paper. So if you have a piece of construction paper, here's my whole piece of construction paper. So let's say we were trying to build a model. I would need a piece of construction paper that had a total area here. So as I count these boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The total area of a piece of construction paper, if I was trying to build a model of this garden, would be 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 by 9. So the area of the total piece of construction paper would need to be 5 by 9, which is 45. Okay, so I know the area of this park has to be smaller than 45 because if I built a model, I'm going to cut off the yellow one, I'm going to cut off this purple triangle, and I'm going to cut off the gray triangle, and the area will be what's left. So I already know that D is not going to be a good one. I also kind of think C is not going to work because we're going to be cutting off quite a bit to find the area of the garden. Okay. So now I just want to find the area of each piece here. So the area of a triangle is base times altitude divided by 2. So the area of a triangle, base times altitude divided by 2. So now I do have bases and altitudes because I have a right angle. So I could go, boo, that's my altitude. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the base is 4 and the altitude is 4. And the area of the yellow triangle would simply be 16 divided by 2, or 8. So if you're thinking at this point, I know that the area of the garden would be 45 minus 8 at the very least. So definitely these are making sense here. Okay, now let's do our purple triangle. So my purple triangle, if I cut that one off, is also a right triangle. And its area would be 1 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I think we already counted that, right? So the purple triangle is 1 by 9, and the base is 1, and the altitude's 9, and then I'm going to divide by 2. So that's a fraction, and it looks like our choices are going to be decimal. So it's going to be okay if we turn this into a decimal, and that'd be 4.5. Okay, now we just need this gray triangle. And if we knew the gray triangle, we could subtract that off too. So the area of my gray triangle would also be pretty easy to calculate. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the area of my gray triangle would be base 5, altitude 5, and divide by 2. So that'd be 25 halves, which is 12.5. Okay. So now, all I need to do is take my total area, or you think of it as my construction paper, and cut off each piece. So 45 minus 8, 37. 37 minus 4.5, okay, 32.5. And now take away 12.5, 20. And that's one of our choices. So there you have it. Thanks for joining us for Study Club 1. I appreciate your persistence. Make sure you turn in all of your work to get full bonus credit points. Cheers.